Good evening, everybody. Good to be back. Return video came yesterday. I said, leave me some comments. I will gladly 100% pay attention to the comments and address what appeared to be imperative to the community. So everybody wants to know about AST. Transfer to AST, don't transfer to AST. There's an argument on both sides. I can sit here and tell you right now, I'm not telling you what to do. It is entirely up to you. What I will say is, at this particular time, I'm going to reserve my right to wait and see. We have no effective date for this S1 at this current point in time. You got some guys out here making great arguments for why we should move it. And I'll tell you why. Here's the best argument that I've heard on why you should move it over. McCabe says he's moving his shares over to AST. That dude just gave up a shit ton of his own equity in the best interest of the shareholders. That right there is a good reason to consider moving your shares, for sure. The commitment from the people who are in this and believe in it, who started it, is unparalleled. Unparalleled. I have not seen anything like it. McCabe is a monster. You're talking 30 years in the oil and gas industry. This isn't his first fucking rodeo. It's not. Okay? He's right there. You know, super knowledgeable. He's going off of information based on information from one of the best geologists, world-renowned geologists in Masterson. I mean, there's an argument there, for sure. That guy is giving you great reason to move your fucking shares over to AST. I'm going to reserve my right to wait. My opinion is similar to what Drew said. This is a power play. Let's see what happens. You got other guys out here, okay? And I won't be specific in YouTubers, but I will be vague and generalized to a certain extent. There are YouTubers out here saying, this will never trade. I want to tell you this. There's also been YouTubers out here that said we would never be heard by Congress. So when somebody tells you it's not going to trade, that's past, it's over, it's impossible. Hello, McFly. We've been told that before. We have been told that before, and we have proved those people wrong. Okay? There is no, we have to do this, or we have to do that. Here's what you have to do. You have to look at what is best for your situation and make a decision. Okay? What's good for the goose may not be good for the gander in this particular matter. I'm not knocking anybody who moves them, and I'm not knocking anybody who doesn't move them. If you want to move your shares, I support that. If you don't want to move your shares, don't move your shares. I support that. Why? Because you thought of it. You put your own thought into it. I'm going back to my boy. Let's bring up Right Brain Trader right now. Okay? What are we doing? Are we learning how to think? Or are we being told what to think? Learn how to think. Think on your own. Independent thought. Based on your own due diligence. Listen to the community. Make your own decision based on the information that you gather. There's an argument Okay? I talked to, I'm not even gonna say his name. I talked to a good buddy. I called him. I said, hey man, I'm just wanting to know your opinion before I make this video so I can kind of form more information and have an idea of where my thought process is. Even though I had a preliminary thought, I wanted to hear the other side. What are your reasons why? Okay? He called me, he texted me, he gave me great reasons why. Then I called another buddy who I knew was on the other side who didn't want to move his shares to AST, and he gave me great reasons why. Which brings me to my conclusion of there's no need to make a decision right now. There's time. There's time. And the argument, here's what I will say. The argument of McCabe's going to move his shares to AST is a good one. With that said, McCabe also, if you read the correspondence between NextBridge and FINRA, NextBridge states McCabe has pledged not to sell any shares if this became tradable for 2 days. None of the 52 million that came over in the additional. That was laid out clearly. So McCabe is a fucking monster. This guy and what he's doing obviously shows he believes in this land. I mean, the steps he's taken, the steps Bert has taken, I think everybody in this thing can feel I do not have a ridiculous studio setup, so that was the phone falling. I think everybody in this can have some sort of consensus feeling that we feel good about this, okay? Everybody's the company's being transparent, John Burt is being transparent, McCabe's a fucking monster. I mean, I feel great about this play right now. I do not feel compelled at this particular moment to move my shares to AST. I'm not doing it. Some members have sat here and said, I'm going to move half. I'm not going to do that. I'm not playing both sides. When there is a compelling moment to say, okay, now it's time, then I'll say, okay, I feel as though it's time for me to move my shares. I've not gotten to that point yet. I've not. There's other YouTubers out here tweeting, it will never trade, that's clear. Bullshit. Absolute, complete, and total bullshit. You can't fucking read a correspondence of FINRA saying, hey, we don't want it to trade and we can't and blah, 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 blah. And just say, that's the law. That's it. Decision made. It's not the case. It's not the case. There's fucking lawsuits, okay? A federal judge can change that decision on a fucking dime. A federal judge can say, sorry about your bad luck. If the DTCC is willing to work with NextBridge and the OTC markets are willing to work with NextBridge and give this a temporary trading period of 2 fucking days, then why can't you, FINRA? And guess what? The black robe will prevail. The black robe will prevail. There are too many unknowns at this point. We don't have every answer. If somebody's telling you they got all the fucking answers, they're fucking lying to you. You can believe them if you want. That's fine. No one's got all the answers. More research needs to be done. More facts need to come out. Wes Christian's going to bring out numbers. Don't forget we have Share Intel working on this thing. You don't think Meta hiring a legal firm at that expense, I can guarantee you there is something there. There is a there. Some people who may or may not have been in the goddamn thing completely to begin with. You got YouTubers who were calling this thing fake. It's fake. It's a distraction. It's a distraction. Come on, man. Bring me facts, and then we can talk. Until then, it's all fucking ridiculous nonsense. Nonsense. The message of the video was, what are we doing with AST? It is completely entirely up to you. I will echo what Andrew says on a regular basis. And Mark, to be honest. There's multiple people who echo this. If you feel as though you have been wronged, consult an attorney. Consult your own attorney. No one at the end of this thing is going to be able to sit back and go, if you're on the wrong side of it, and sit there and go, well, I just listened to X, Y, and Z. Go talk to an attorney. I'm not a lawyer. Fucking anybody else on YouTube is most certainly not a lawyer, minus Richard. We love you, Richard. Richard is a loyal lawyer, but it's not legal advice. K-N-O-T. Yeah, listen, I'm not moving shit for the moment. I'm waiting. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna hang. I'm gonna see what happens, and we're gonna go from there. But I was asked in the comments numerous times, move to AST or not move to AST. My opinion, my thought process, my feelings, what I'm going to choose to do is hang tight. Okay? I'm going to hang tight. You guys can do whatever you want to do. I've said that 100 times. Consult your own lawyer. If you feel like you've been wrong, consult a lawyer. That's it. As of right now, I ain't moving shit. There's an argument to move, and that's fair. But at the current moment, I am not moving a goddamn share anywhere until I find out more information. There's not enough for me to make a solid decision at this point in time. Going forward, maybe we can get there. Maybe something changes my mind. But at this point right now, nothing is compelling me to do this drastic, irreversible move imminently. It is what it is. I didn't get on much today. I had other things going on, so I just figured I'd address my opinion on moving to AST or not moving to AST, and that's what I did. I'll touch base and see what happened today. I didn't see anything big, just on Twitter. Keep calling your congressman. Keep hitting our committees. If anybody I'll tell you this, if anybody's made any headway with anybody in Virginia, please hit me on Twitter and DM me, because I'm hitting roadblocks at every avenue I attempt. If anybody's had any get through in Virginia, please reach out to me, because I'm willing to make the phone calls. I'm willing to put in the work. I guess that's it, man. Here's what I say. Stay positive. Keep fucking fighting. One step at a time. That's what we need to do. That's it for me. Love you guys. Glad to be back. I love this community. That is it. Everybody have a good night. Talk to you soon. See ya.